You do OnlyFans?
I used to. Not anymore.
So I have decided to delete my OnlyFans.
I'm quitting OnlyFans.
I can't say it. I'm quitting OF.
What a quitter.
It's for the best.
Let's get to the intro. Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your man, Boogie Boogs, the Porter Rock that don't stop, putting OF models through college. Now, that's not true. But before we get started, y'all know the deal. If you're not subbed to the channel,
why not? Are you busy?
Make sure you sub, hit that like button. A little hype option is gonna slide through. Make sure you hit that. It helps small channels like me get into the algorithm. Now look, what do you do when it's time to put your clothes back on? Some of these girls make an absurd amount of money. I'm talking about bank. Sex work has always been one of the most lucrative businesses that you can get into.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
But what do you do when that time starts running out? I mean, the money's good in the moment, but afterwards, is it something you could put on your job application? Or when you meet a life partner, is that something that you bring up? I mean, you would have to, right? We're gonna get into a video and listen to some of these women who have decided to hang it up. Their bra, their thongs, all of that, all right? So we're gonna get into this video and let's see what they gotta say, shall we?
What's one thing you wish you could undo? For me, it's OnlyFans.
See?
Yep. I did OnlyFans. And at the time, it felt like it was empowering. Like I was in control. Like I was just, I don't know. I really was just following the wave. Makes me sick to my stomach when I think about it. Me putting myself out there, jeopardizing my safety, my image, my body for weirdos, stalkers, men who literally didn't see me as nothing but a fantasy. You know what they don't tell you is that the platform is going to affect your reputation. It's going to make dating feel impossible. And the men that do date you, they're going to treat you like trash. 9 times out of 10, they don't even see you as real. They just see you as content. And the money, babe, is not what they promised. I promise I've made just as much, if not more, posting on social media. No performing, no stripping, no regrets. If I could go back, I would not do it. And if you're a young girl thinking about it, please don't. You're worth more than clicks, likes, and subscriptions.
So a bad reputation is a bad reputation. It doesn't matter where you got it from, right?
OnlyFans was the most lucrative, but I stopped.
Oh, you
Yeah,
off of
I
that?
stopped OnlyFans, but
See?
like the beginning of this year.
Why?
I
If it was
just-
lucrative, you should have kept running
It
it.
definitely was lucrative, but I felt like I just didn't like going into these bigger meetings and like once they hear the words OnlyFans, they kind of just turn the cheek or like
See?
they have a certain perspective about you. Even though my OnlyFans content was very tasteful, it was very artsy. I did it magazine style mostly. Like I was very into making it look art rather than raunchy. So I have nephews and nieces. I really give a fuck about how they feel about me and what they see about me. And it just kind of like you know, organically just was like, this doesn't feel right.
Look, shorty, it doesn't matter how artistic you trying to make your OF page. When you go into meetings, what you just did was show your ass to the whole world. And yes, there's gonna be a stigma attached to that forever. Whatever you're gonna do now for the rest of your life is gonna be like, oh, by the way, I did OF. You wanna see my page? And you care about what your family thinks about you too, right? Your nieces, your nephew. How about your mother and your father? I know if one of my kids got into OF, I would. Let's not talk about it.
Last year, I left the sex work industry. Yes, I was an OnlyFans creator, and I left. I left really abruptly. I left with no savings account. I just couldn't do it anymore.
See?
I was having conversations with people who were subscribing and stuff, and I was just like, it was intense, y'all. Like, it was really intense. I was just like, I cannot continue profiting off of this. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't aligning. Yeah, it didn't feel right, and especially more like, I guess, being awakened to the fact that OnlyFans preys on the creator and the subscriber. Like, it can't thrive without either of them. So of course it preys on both parties.
Very true.
So yeah, as a creator, I was like, I'm being preyed on, but if I continue going down this route, then I'm also preying on like subscribers and stuff like that. Like, why would I want someone to end their addiction? If they end their addiction, where are my bands on bands gonna come from? Like, no, like, so yeah. Like, I just walked away. Like, a lot of people were sharing their stories with me and about like childhood trauma and all this, and it was like intense, guys. So I left like really fucking abruptly.
Alright, enough of that. So it seems that Shorty had some realization and she no longer wanted to be an OF model. That's what they call them, right? Models. I guess they are modeling in some sense or form, if you want to call it that. But she was lucky to get out at an early age, because some of these girls push the envelope, and then when you get too old, I mean, what are you going to do? Who's going to look at an old-ass OF model? Not me.
I wanted to come on here and kind of talk to you guys about why I stopped doing OnlyFans.
Why?
I know, kind of a shocker. You know, I am a Christian.
Okay.
And I know that God is a forgiving and loving God, but, you know, for the last few months, I've known that He has told me He doesn't want me doing this anymore.
Okay, so she found God too.
I love Him, and I believe in Him, and I believe that Jesus died on that cross, and I want to go to heaven, but how can I imagine that that's a possibility when I've caused so many people to stumble and fall into sin?
I mean,
Now, this is not me judging anyone who does OnlyFans. Do whatever you want to do. It's your life. It's your body. I did it for a while, for over a year. And I didn't care. I didn't care what people saw on me. I didn't care what people said about me. I didn't really care about the stigma behind it, because I was just in a very far place from God at the time, and I didn't have a relationship with Him anymore. I was going through a divorce. I was financially, overwhelmed with debt and trying to get back on my feet. And I used it as a crutch. And I told myself that once I no longer needed the income, that I would stop. And once I no longer needed the income, I did not stop.
What a shocker.
So a couple months ago, I started to feel something telling me that I didn't want to do this anymore.
Okay.
I didn't feel comfortable doing this anymore.
Good for you, mama. You want to know another issue here? Not all of these girls make as much money as they think they're gonna make. Not everybody who gets involved in OF makes this incredible amount of income. So what happens is you wind up regretting everything you do, and on top of it, you're broke. So you back where you started off. You should have never took your clothes off for Bob, Henry, Johnny, Frank, Billy, and Tommy. I don't know if those are all white names. Was that racist? Anyway, I don't have OnlyFans, and I never will.
Can a woman ever recover from being an OF
never
model?
No.
What?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
But she changed her life,
I don't
Sarah.
care.
She found God, Sarah.
Well, that's okay. Let me reiterate. Can she recover? Yes. Will she have the best options of high value, high earning masculine men? No.
But
Never.
It doesn't matter.
she's abstinent.
She sold her body on the internet.
She's abstinent
People
now.
have seen her busted, spread wide open.
She
There's no way.
She dressed modestly now.
What is modest when you've seen it all?
She is a member of the PTA, Sarah.
I love that for her. Ladies, we have to do a better job of measuring the consequences of our actions in the now. Now, although femininity deeply lives in the now, we also have to be mindful of what's going to happen in our future. If you decide to be ran through, if you decide to have an OF, if you decide to do adult entertainment industry, you are disqualifying yourself from a certain type of man. You are disqualifying yourself from certain types of opportunities and experiences. Now, that being said, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want, and you want to be a bad bee, and you want to be out here living your best life, doing all bad all by yourself, do you, boo? But I promise you, in the future, you will look back and you will regret the decisions that you made. It is not worth it.
So,
yeah,
hold on.
Come on.
Gotta play devil's advocate here.
I love devil's advocate.
So what about the men? Why is it that
it's a double standard?
Oh, why is it?
Thank you,
like
mama.
a man's confidence is defined by how many women he break down in his bed?
Why does the
That's how
sun
it
come up
is.
in the east and go down in the west?
Because God made it that way.
Why do the stars sparkle?
But that's God's law.
Why is the sky blue even though it's not blue? Why? I don't ask those questions.
Word
It is a
up.
double standard. We can't sit here and pretend like we are the same as men. We're not.
Nope.
We're
you
not.
are
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me.
Facts.
We cannot wash men off.
Yup.
There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life.
But what Shorty said is mad true. A guy could just wash off. Like for real, you could wash your hands and anything you have on the outside of your hands, you wash off. Nothing is going on the inside of your body, all right? And you do, once you meet a man in your life, have fun trying to explain to him what your previous profession was and see how far that gets you. Especially like a high valued man, like that's not gonna happen, shorty, all right? So you just Xing that right out of your life, right then and there when you decided to go for the quick cash. I know in the moment it's hella enticing, all right? And you're in your own crib, so taking your clothes off may not seem like it's a big deal. I get it, kinda.
This is my explanation as to why I quit OnlyFans. I don't want to quit social media because I feel like I could use my platform for really good and continue to use it. I've been off of OnlyFans for about a month now, and I'm sure people are probably, well, you guys are curious as to know why. This is so I turned 18, you know, still having all my followers.
How old is she?
And I started an OnlyFans. I think a lot of people were waiting for it and expecting it, which I think
that's nasty.
Is very weird. It's very predatory looking back, and I see the patterns today in society, the same thing that happened to me, happening to a lot of girls. I was so impressionable, I didn't know what I was doing.
Now that's something I didn't even mention, and to me is the craziest part about this. You gotta be 18 years old to start an OF account? 18, you barely legal. And then you got all these old ass men just waiting for these young girls to turn 18? Yo, that's nasty work. That's super predatory type shit. I don't know. I don't like that at all. Look, if you're like 21, what's the drinking age? Isn't the drinking age 21? So let me get this straight. You could get into the sex field at 18, but you got to be 21 to have an alcoholic beverage? So that don't make sense. So you can go suck a dick and then you gotta drink a Kool-Aid afterwards, right? Doesn't make no sense.
If you've seen me before, my name is Serenity Love. Hello. I did
what's that?
You know, OF Blue app for what, 4 years, 5 years? I started in 2022, so 4 years, it's 2026 now. And this is a wrap. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about it. I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed every single video that I've shot. I enjoyed every person that I've encountered, every woman that I have met, every award that I have won, every award that I've been nominated for. I am very grateful for all of those things. I am just a different kind of person. Before doing content, I was in the service. I started in the service. Once I got out the service, I instantly started doing content. And now I'm just ready to do something else. You know, time is changing, I'm changing, and it's just time for something new. My mama would kind of call me impulsive or whatever, but yeah, I will call myself impulsive too. I just be doing what I want when I want to do it, and I don't want to do that no more. I said that I was gonna be done in June. This is April, and I'm over it. Like, I could care less about doing it anymore. You know, the money is great, but that's all there is to it. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with certain people in this industry. I do feel like it's a job. I feel like you cater to, you know, people who like your content, who want to see certain things, people who buy like custom videos and custom requests and stuff like that. That shit started getting a little out of hand for me. The little FaceTime calls and stuff was cool till it wasn't. And it was just cool till it wasn't. Like, money was great. Money is absolutely wonderful. Like, it still is wonderful. Even like, I haven't shot a video in the last 2 months. I haven't done anything socializing that aspect. Like, I have not done nothing in the last 2 months, and shit, it's still, you know what I'm saying, bringing in hella revenue. But I'm over it. Like, I just can't do it no more. I don't care to do it no more.
Did Shorty say that she won an award? An award for what? Shaking your ass? I'm not sure what kind of awards they give out, nor am I sure where they give these awards out at. Can I get a ticket to one? No, I'm just playing, bro. I do not want to see any girls up there shaking a stank ass. Do they dance at these award shows? I don't know. What I don't like is a lot of these girls, if you haven't noticed, are awfully young. And I'm sure a lot of their subs are awfully older than them, all right? And to me, that's nasty work. Have any of y'all ever heard of a sin tax?
You're definitely calling OnlyFans sinful. And that really gets to a real core cultural issue. You know, pornography is out there. It is legal. So if it's legal, why a sin tax?
Well, Harvey, it's really simple. I don't want young girls, young women in Florida who are smart and capable to be told that they have to do this for a living. They can be nurses, doctors, veterinarians, bus drivers. They can even be, dare I say, stay-at-home moms. The Christian and American thing for us to do for these young women is to not allow them to be exploited and abused by that disgraceful platform known as OnlyFans.
Why can't they? Why do they have to be nurses and housemakers? Why can't they be lawyers and doctors?
Harvey, they can be doctors, they can be lawyers, and Harvey, listen to this, they can even be the president of the United States.
The president of the United States? I mean, look, I know our president is not doing a very good job right now, but my man, you're tripping. I'm just happy if these girls get a regular ass job. So forget about the president of the United States, all right? You putting out way out there. So pack him all the way up, all right? I don't like that cat. Sin tax.
How often does an OnlyFans model, let's just say, goes broke, making all this
all
money?
The time.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
See that?
And this is something I'm working on with my boyfriend, is to kind of educate girls on investing, especially when things are hot and you're making so much money. Like, put that aside, because in an instant it could all go away. And I kind of felt that way many times doing OnlyFans and doing social media. Like, your Instagram can get deleted, your TikTok can get deleted, and if that's your mainstream to funnel people to your OnlyFans accounts, like, you're gonna be screwed. The thing with social media, if you're not big enough, if you're not making enough waves throughout all the platforms, once your Instagram is deleted, you're forgotten about. To try to regrow and try to do the same thing that you did the first time, it's not going to be as easy. It might not even happen again. I've been talking with friends who are actually tired of the industry. All the girls that kind of came up with me when I came up in the community are all looking for exit plans. So luckily my boyfriend, he works in finance, so we're going to be helping these girls kind of look into investing for their future, putting things aside, just a monthly something to put to the side. And
the smartest thing for these young ladies to do would be to invest this money while it's coming in hand over fist. I mean, they make buku dollars. I don't think you understand how much paper these girls actually make. And then they don't think that they gotta pay taxes on it. So some of them make 5 figures a month, and yet they don't know they gotta pay taxes on that? Because it's not a real job, right, shorty? No. You're filling out actual work. What is it, W-2s?
No.
W-4.
Mackenzie Valdez appeared to have it all, but despite the money, the attention, and the fame, she decided to walk away from OnlyFans. The model said that something was missing. So on February 2nd, 2026, she announced that she was leaving the platform after she found Jesus. You are never too far gone from Christ. He can transform your life.
Okay, Mackenzie, I'm so happy for you. Look, if you found God, if you found Jesus, Allah, Muhammad, I don't care who you found. If you're doing better, then good for you. And I'm not going to judge anybody for what you do in your prior life or right now, quite frankly. I get your money however you can. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just looking at it from, what do y'all do afterwards? I'm curious. I want to know. Once that life is done, what do you do next?
Retire.
So what do y'all think? Is there a life after OnlyFans? Have these girls made the absolute worst decision in their life and they're gonna regret it until the day they die? Or is all that money that they make really gonna wash away their sins? It's obvious that some of them really regret it and they found Jesus. Whatever it takes for them to improve their life, go for it, mama. I'm all for it and I'm all with you. I support y'all 1,000% of the way. And if you want to stay on OF and take all these simps money, then do that too. Leave it in the comments. Let me know if you are subbed to OF. Don't be embarrassed about it if you are neither, all right? And I swear to God, there's something wrong with this almost 18 and I'm waiting, and then the day you turn 18 you got a gazillion subs, because that's hella predatory and like y'all are PDFs almost. That's what I feel like. All right, so be easy. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see all of y'all on the next video, or you will see me rather. You heard? 1,000. Be easy, y'all.